Welcome to Artistic Adventures. This is part 6 of our Chinese doll project, and today we'll be working on the headdress. I downloaded some pictures of headdresses from different types of looks, and they all are pretty elaborate. One thing about them, they do seem to have flowers, and they have sometimes some metal, and then they have these things sticking out the sides with things drooping from them. So as usual, I'm going to take all of that and sort of come up with my own interpretation, and then we'll have one for this doll. So first of all, don't be upset about her hair. It's a big mess, I know, but we'll fix it when we do the final styling. I'm taking this piece of wire. It's pretty thick, um, and I cut it sort of like a headband, and then I'm curling up the ends just so that they have a finished look, and it might help it stay on her head a little bit better. So I'm bending it to fit her head, and then to protect her hair while we're making this, I'm going to put a piece of aluminum foil down, and we're going to be doing a lot of gluing, so this will stick to the aluminum foil. So I'm just using some brass fancy findings that I had on hand. I'm going to try to make a little crown-like structure for her, and then we're going to add some attachments. I started out with a long piece on the side, and it just seemed too big, so I broke it in half and put on either side of that center piece. So this will be the base of our headdress, and then we'll be adding pieces to it. So this is another piece that I had. A lot of these are bead findings, and I'll cut off the loops where they're meant to be sewed into necklaces or something. And I'm going to be attaching some crystals to this. I put a large pink one on top, and then I had some sort of iridescent purplish pink ones, more purple, I guess, than pink, that I put 3 on um, the rest of the crown. So the other thing I wanted to do is have that sort of bar thing with doodads hanging from it. I don't know what the official name is in Chinese, but I'm calling it a doodad. And so I made a bar out of the thick wire and with loops in it, and then I put some glue on it and tucked it up under that decorative bronze piece. And now I put some glue on the bottom of that uh, other piece and glued it to the back of the um, the bronze fittings. Okay, so now I'm taking my bead needle and I'm going back to these little tiny beads. As much as I dread it because these things pop all over the place, I put as many on the floor as I did on strings. And I'm just making some bead decorative hanging pieces to put on either side of that bar. I'm making them 3 different lengths. I've already made a long piece and a middle piece, and then this is the short piece. Put the long piece in the middle, and I put that on a jump ring. The thread tends to get caught up on the split in the jump ring, so I have my fingers over that, and then I'm holding the other beads back so they won't get caught up as I'm tying the knot. I kept the needle on. It's easier to tie the knot, or it was for me, with the needle on. So once you get one knot in, you can kind of pull it tight, and then I put 3 more knots in it, cut off the string, and then I applied a little tiny bit of glue to the top, not enough to make it stiff, but enough just to make sure that knot holds. So this will be on one side of the bar, and I'm going to make another one off camera, and then we'll attach the jump rings to the bar. All right, so there we are with our finished dangle, and we just have to open up the jump ring, and we twist that open using 2 pliers, put it through there, and then twist it back closed. And that's one side finished. And now we're going to do the other side, same process. And there we have our dangles on our bar doodad. All right, and this will be pretty much finished, other than I want to add some flowers. Most of the headdresses had flowers in them, so I'm using these little silk ribbon flowers that I had on hand in purple, sort of match the flowers in the scarf design. And then we're going to let that dry for a while and then remove the aluminum foil. So we'll have, quite a bit of glue on that, but it's okay. It's not really showing on the top part. There is going to be some on the bottom, but you can take some little fine scissors and clip off any excess that would show. So there's some that's, attached to the bar or whatever that would show. And I'm just taking my scissors and clipping those off. You don't really want to pull the glue because this particular glue, when you pull it, it pulls the glue that's attached to other areas off too. All right, so there's our finished headpiece, and will look a whole lot better when we get her hair fixed and the rest of her done, but I think that turned out pretty cool. And here are some close-up pictures of the completed headdress. There's one of the centerpiece, and here's one of the dangle, and another look at the finished piece. So we have a few more steps to do before we complete this doll. We're going to have to really style her hair because it got messed up with all the work I've been doing on her. And I may do just a few more finishing touches. So the next video will be our final video in this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And as always, please subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thanks, and bye.